and I will also be sharing my screen with you. So if I hear a lot of noise, I'll mute you all, or I'll just try to mute where the noise is coming from. So you can you can ask questions, so you can unmute yourselves at any time in order to if you want to ask anything. Let's get started by me sharing my screen with you, which is I think this one. And hopefully you can all see that screen there. And I want to look at different situations where it might be right to think about leading trumps or drawing trumps. So here's a situation where you're west here and the bidding has gone one spade, two spades, four spades. You're on lead here. You've got 12 points. So your partner probably doesn't have very much. And this is the kind of situation where really you'd rather not be on lead. Can you see that if you lead something like a club or a diamond or a heart, you could well be helping declarer. Think about it. South has got most of the points here, and he's likely to have cards like the king of diamonds, the queen of clubs, and so forth. And here, rather than leading one of those suits, heart, diamond, or club, this is a situation where it might be a good idea to lead a trump. You choose to lead a trump, which is a safe lead. Sorry, I just need to rearrange my screen here for a minute. You choose to lead a trump, which is a safe lead, just as a way of avoiding helping declarer. So let's suppose we lead a spade, we lead the two of spades. And what we're going to try to do on this hand is to take tricks with our honors in diamonds, clubs, and maybe the queen of hearts, and just not give away anything to declarer. So a trump lead is chosen here as a safe lead, one that avoids giving away an extra trick. So let's suppose declarer wins that one, carries on drawing trumps. So he draws 3 rounds of trumps. And now he leads a club. And he plays the queen from his hand. And you can win that one with the king. So you've won a trick here. And now you've got to lead again. And you're in a similar position to last time. That you don't really want to be leading a heart or a diamond. You don't really want to lead anything, but you're out of trumps now. So maybe the best choice here is to continue with the suit that declarer has led. That's probably got the best chance of not helping declarer on this hand. So you might choose a club. Fortunately, your partner has the 10 and declarer wins with the ace. And now declarer leads the jack of hearts. And this is a moment you should have been preparing yourself for right since the beginning of the hand, because you've got to decide whether to play your queen or not. What do you think?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Well, you can see what happens if you can see what's going to happen if you don't. Declarer will let the jack win. Okay, he's very and will make that trick. In fact, if I bring up the 4 hands at this point, I can click on this GIB button, and this actually shows me that if I play the queen, we can defeat the contract by 2 tricks. If I let it go, declarer can actually make the contract. So it actually makes a 2-trick difference on this hand, whether to play the queen. And you're doing that because you're covering an honor with an honor, because it may help your side here. And you can see it does help your side on this hand because your partner happens to have the 10 over there. If declarer had all those high cards, the jack, 10, 9, then you're never going to make a trick with your queen anyway. But as it is, you do best to cover the honor with the honor. Okay, and then let's see how it goes after that. Well, declarer, I suppose, plays a heart. They then will play a heart back, maybe. Okay, your partner can win that. And now your partner is on lead, and although it was a bad idea for you when you're on lead to lead a diamond, it's a very good idea for your partner to lead a diamond because they're leading into dummy's weakness. So if they lead the jack, you can beat the ace, win the ace, take the queen, and in fact, although they can ruff that diamond, you've already made 4 tricks, and I think you can make one more. Okay, so whatever they do, you are going to lose 1 more club. And you can hold Declarer to 8 tricks there just by playing passively there, not giving away anything to Declarer. I hope you can see that if on lead, if you lead something like a club or a diamond here, it will just help Declarer make tricks in that suit. Any comments or questions on that? Let's have a look at another hand. And first of all, let's see what we can see about the bidding here. South here has opened a weak 3 diamonds, a preempt, and you've doubled that. You've got the perfect hand for a double there. You want your partner to bid something. North, however, jumped to 5 diamonds, and your partner doubled that. Now, what do we make of that? That 5 diamond bid, it could be bid planning to make it, but once your partner doubles, it's probably indicating that he thinks that you and you East and West are going to defeat 5 diamonds. In other words, you've shown at least an opening hand with your double. He's probably got quite a good hand over there, and he thinks that North South are just sacrificing or trying to talk you out of bidding 4 of a major, which presumably you could make. So he's doubled the contract. Now, let's suppose you make what might be considered a normal lead of the ace of clubs. Down comes dummy. Your partner plays the jack, and the 7 is played from Declarer. Now, what do we make of that? We started off with 4 clubs. Dummy started off with 6, so that's 10. And it's quite possible that your partner started off with a doubleton and is signalling encouragement in case he's able to ruff a 3rd round. However, if your partner does have 2, you can see that you can actually work out that that's Declarer's last club, and you don't really want to carry on with clubs in that situation. In fact, as soon as you see dummy, you can work out why North has bid 5 diamonds. He's bid 5 diamonds because he's actually pretty weak, but he does have 3 diamonds to go along with his partner's 7. So they presumably have a 10-card diamond fit. Apart from that, North is pretty weak. And anytime the opponents are sacrificing against you like this, it's well worth thinking about leading a trump, because Declarer can have his best chance of making tricks here, presumably by cross-ruffing. And especially with that singleton spade in dummy, you can see that Declarer almost certainly has some spades that he'll be able to ruff. So what you should do on this hand, even if you didn't lead a trump initially, is to switch to 1 now. And I would lead that 8 of diamonds, okay? And if I bring up the 4 hands, your partner actually has the ace and should join in your plan of drawing trumps by taking the ace and playing another diamond. And what you're doing is you're cutting down on Declarer's ability, in particular to ruff spades here. So Declarer will get in, that's all the trumps gone. They can cash the ace of spades, and they can ruff 1 round of spades with the last diamond, but they won't be able to ruff any more spades. So whatever they do now, suppose they take their ace of hearts and ruff diamonds, they can play off their diamonds, but at the end they'll be left with 2 spades, and provided you kept the spades, you'll be able to make 2 tricks there. So you can hold Declarer to 9 tricks there if you prevent him from ruffing in dummy. And the clue to this hand was the fact that you and your partner are quite strong. You can see between the East-West hand that you've got the majority of the points. I think you can certainly make game in hearts there, and they're sacrificing to keep you out of game. And that's another key situation where you should be thinking about drawing trumps there to prevent declarer from making those tricks. You can actually we can actually replay this hand and see what happens if you don't draw trumps. So let's suppose you take your ace and maybe shift to a heart. Well, declarer can win that one, and now declarer should try to ruff those spades, cross ruff the hand. In other words, they can actually take the ace of spades, ruff a spade, ruff a heart, ruff another spade, ruff a heart, and actually ruff their last spade with the queen. And now I hope you can see they're only going to lose one more trick here. Whatever they play here, you can ruff, draw the last trumps, okay, and believe it or not, declarer can actually make 11 tricks here by cross ruffing if you give him the chance by not drawing trumps. So in other words, if you look at it from declarer's point of view, you can see if he can ruff those 3 spades in his hand, he can actually make 11 tricks based on the very good fit he has with dummy. Any comments or questions on any of that so far? By the way, on this hand, we led a singleton diamond here. We cashed we started off with the ace of clubs, and then we switched to a singleton diamond. And that was quite exceptional. It's not normally a good idea to lead a trump if it's a singleton. In other words, let's take a more normal auction where the bidding has been 1 spade, 3 spades, 4 spades. I see some people on a hand like this leading a singleton, and I feel like asking them, why are they leading a singleton? Are they hoping to ruff, or that's a trump suit? So, but leading a singleton trump is normally a poor choice, because on a hand like this, you may well find that if you've got a singleton trump, that your partner is going to have any strength in spades, and you may well find a layout like this. If you look at this from declarer's point of view for a minute, you can see that declarer might well lose a spade here if he either finesses wrongly or if he starts by cashing the ace and king of spades. And if you lead your 9 of spades here, you're helping declarer. Declarer will play low from dummy and capture your partner's queen with a king, and he won't lose any spade trick. So generally speaking, don't lead a singleton trump. It's often a poor choice. What do you think you might lead on this hand?
Queen of clubs.
Queen of clubs.
Yeah, I would go for the queen of clubs. It's given a choice between a suit with some kind of sequence in it and a suit with no sequence in it. I'd lead the queen. It's top of an ear sequence, and it may not help. You're not necessarily going to help your side that much, but you're not giving away anything, which is what would happen if you led that singleton spade. So don't lead a singleton trump. Generally speaking, that other hand was a bit of an exception where you desperately want to draw trumps. Okay. Any other comments on that? Let's have a look at another one. Yes. Okay. So we've looked at situations where
Tony,
yeah.
how do we decide whether to lead a singleton trump or not?
Okay. Well, generally speaking, in a normal auction like this, you should not be leading a singleton trump.
Yeah, but in last hand you led an 8 of diamonds.
Yeah. This was exceptional because we should have been able to work out that declarer must surely have some length in spades that he hopes to ruff. Also, you know that there are a lot of the declarer shown a 7-card diamond suit, and there are 3 in dummy, so there are 10. So you and your partner have very few diamonds between you, but nonetheless, you should do what you can to draw them to prevent those ruffs. So So really, as a rule, I would say don't be thinking of leading a singleton trump. But this hand, where they're sacrificing against you, it is one where you are going to want to draw trumps. It's very unlikely that your partner has anything that will suffer from being from you leading trumps here, which is not the case in a more normal auction like this. Okay, let's look at the second case where you might be thinking of drawing trumps, and it's this kind of auction where the bidding has gone one spade by south, one no trump, let's say, by north, two hearts by south, passed out. So what do we know about this hand? I was given some very good advice about how to defend at bridge once, which is before you lead, replay the auction in your mind and try and picture what's in both hands. Well, we know the north hand has got 6 to 9 points, and we also know that north prefers hearts to spades. South has shown a hand with 2 suits in it, spades and hearts, presumably at least 5 spades and at least 4 hearts, and north has a clear preference for the heart suit. So what you should expect is that north will be short in spades. North is probably only going to have 1 or 2 spades at the most, and longer hearts, which is why he's left his partner there. The other thing I can see on this hand is that I have quite a good holding in Declarer's first suit. So I should imagine that South has, say, got a 5 card or longer spade suit with the ace in it, but I can see that South is not going to be able to run the spade suit. South does not have a solid spade suit that they're going to be able to take, and I know that because I've got the king and queen. So what I know almost certainly is that South has got a long spade suit, North is short in spades, and Declarer almost certainly intends to ruff spades in dummy to avoid spade losers. So this kind of auction, coupled with the fact that you have quite a good holding in Declarer's first suit, is a very good indication that you should lead a trump. And whereas I might normally think about leading the jack of clubs, which is a safe lead, top of a sequence, in this situation, I think I'm going to lead a trump. So I'll lead a trump, and down comes dummy with very much the kind of hand I was expecting. Dummy's got 6 points with a singleton spade, and both you and your partner at this point should surely see that Declarer's plan is going to possibly be to ruff spades in dummy. If I bring up the 4 hands, we'll actually see how it goes here. Your partner should win the ace and should continue your plan of drawing trumps, and that gets rid of two of the trump from dummy. So now you can see that from Declarer's point of view, he's got these spade losers, but he won't be able to ruff them in dummy. Now, suppose Declarer plays that spade now, takes the ace. He can ruff 1 spade. You can't prevent that, but he won't be able to ruff any more. So he might, who knows what. Suppose he plays a king. Suppose your partner plays the king there, and having won the king, now that all the trumps have gone from dummy, there's no need to play trumps. He might maybe play a spade. You'll be able to win 2 tricks here, okay? And maybe play a club. Your partner can win an ace. Declarer ruffs that one. He draws the last trump. They divide evenly, and then all he's got left are diamonds to play. So east-west, you've made 4 tricks. 4 tricks now. If he plays a spade, he can take that one, but he's out of trump now. So whatever happens here, if he plays a diamond and a diamond back to your ace, you can actually take the last club, and you can defeat Declarer by one trick, and again that was partly down to you and your partner drawing trumps. Okay. Anyone have any comments on that? If I bring up this link, it will show you that to defeat the contract, you can defeat the contract by leading hearts or by playing clubs. But really, even though you play clubs first, you will then also switch to trumps to prevent Declarer roughing those spades. You can see from Declarer's point of view, he's got all those spade losers, and he'll want to get rid of those. Okay, so that's an important kind of bidding sequence where Declarer shows two suits, and his partner puts him in one of the suits, which shows that he may well have shortage in the other. If you've got strength in that other suit, that might be a time to draw trumps to prevent those roughs. Okay, let's have a look at one more. Suppose here it's gone two spades, that's a weak two. You pass, North bids 2 no trump, which if you ask about it, is a feature request. So he's asking, does South have any features like an outside ace or king? And South says he doesn't. South just bids 3 spades and that ends the contract. So let's imagine you're on lead here. Now, with a hand like this, there's nothing obvious to say that you should be leading trumps, even though that's the lesson here. And you might well start off with the ace of diamonds. Leading the ace of diamonds, leaving an ace, shouldn't normally show that you've got the king as well. So you leave the ace, and down comes dummy, and you should be having a little think about what Declarer's plan might be on this hand. And although I think a lot of defenders will be tempted to cash the ace and then cash the king here, I think there's a very good chance that South has got more than 2 diamonds in their hand and possibly intends to rough at least one of those diamonds in dummy. What's interesting about this hand is that South has got 6 spades, but North only has 2. So it's not going to be, it may be possible for you and your partner to draw those trumps and for Declarer to be prevented from roughing any diamonds in dummy. So this is another time, although it wasn't obvious on the bidding to lead trumps, once you see dummy, it might be a good idea to try and draw trumps in this situation. So if you win that first one with the ace of diamonds, now it's not going to take too much to draw trumps. And if you switch to a trump, if your partner happens to have a high honor there like the ace, again, they should contribute to your plan by drawing another round of trumps and getting rid of that 2 trumps from dummy. If we bring up the 4 hands at this point, you can see that Declarer might now draw the final trump, okay, but he's going to be left here with 1 diamond to lose. I mean, he'll lose, the king will take 1 trick, and he's got another diamond to lose, and you prevented him roughing by drawing trumps. He might try a heart finesse, let's say, but your partner wins the king. Might maybe switch to a diamond back, which you take with your king, and if you play another diamond, you can make 1 more diamond trick there. At this point, play another diamond, Declarer can rough that, and Declarer can now go over to the ace, cash the queen of hearts, and now we'll make the rest of the tricks, but you'll hold him to 8 tricks there by preventing him from roughing. So the clue there to switching to a trump was the fact that there's shortness in dummy, the diamonds are short in dummy, and that you may well think it quite likely that Declarer has some diamonds that he may want to rough in dummy. Also, the fact that there are only 2 spades in dummy means you have some realistic prospect of being able to draw trump. So it's not always the case that you should be drawing trump. Let me change the hand slightly, so it now went 2 spades, 4 spades. If you lead a diamond here, you should again think, what are you going to do after you've won this first trick? Well, South here has got 6 spades with a weak 2. North has got 4 though, so that's 10 trump here. So that means there are only 3 trump between you, you've got 2, and your partner's got 1. So the prospects of you and your partner being able to draw trumps to prevent, for example, diamonds from being ruffed is very remote here. Okay, because Declarer's got so many trumps, you won't be able to get rid of the trumps from dummy and to prevent any diamond losers being ruffed. If I bring up the 4 hands, we can see how it might go here. You can see that indeed Declarer does have diamond losers here, but nothing you can do will prevent him from ruffing them. So you may as well here take your ace and your king, okay, and maybe switch to another suit. Now, Declarer, if you leave the Jack of Hearts, if I again click on the GIB button, Declarer can actually make this contract, but he has to go up with the ace. If he risks the finesse with the queen, then your partner will win it and take the ace of spades. So Declarer still has a chance to make this. If he takes the ace, and then, of course, before he draws trump, he can try and get rid of his loser by cashing clubs. The ace and the king, he can discard a heart on that. Now he can draw trumps, okay? But now if your partner tries to cash a heart, Declarer can ruff, and he can ruff his diamonds, which is what he wanted to do. He can come back to his hand and ruff that last diamond, and there's nothing you can do to prevent that. Now Declarer is down to all trumps and will make his 10 tricks there. So I just want to show that hand as an example that's different from the previous hand, and what's different about it is there are so many trumps in dummy. There are 10 trumps altogether, so there's nothing. Trying to draw trumps won't really achieve very much. But if dummy had only had 2 spades, then that would be a much better strategy there. Okay. Any questions on any of that? That was a lot to cover.
Tony,
Hello, Isabel, isn't it?
I mean, this hand in front of us now has got a singleton in south and a singleton in east. The experience of BBO is that often you lead something and there's a void or it's a singleton. So, yeah, they're not as balanced hands as you've shown us tonight generally.
No, well, this one isn't. These aren't particularly balanced, are they, would you say? Because there are those 2 singletons.
But most of the other hands you've shown us, they haven't been singletons. So
Oh,
think,
well, okay, that's
so
true.
we often say, oh, that's a typical BBO hand.
Oh,
when
I know.
we're
Well, you would say that about this, wouldn't you? This 5 diamond hand. Here South's got 2 singletons. You're right. I mean, you'd complain about the clubs being divided like this. So
Yeah.
but you are right. There do seem to be a lot of strange distributions on BBO.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So I don't know what I can say about that, other than
Nothing.
that
I'm
other
just
than-
commenting.
that they're meant to be totally random. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah.
Tony, I've got a question. If you go back to the last board that you played, but in the version that had 2 spades in North.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
one.
This one. Yeah.
Yeah, when North played the Queen, he put the king on top of it.
Yeah.
From South's hand.
Ah.
Why?
yeah.
Why did he do that?
Okay. So the reason was that the way it was played. Is this the one you mean, or
Yeah.
is it the next one?
No, it's this one.
Yeah. Let's see.
His hand.
Yeah, there you see. So when he went back, he'd won already with the Queen of Spades, and then he put the King of Spades on top from South.
Because he needs to.
He needed to in his hand.
Oh. All right. Yes. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Jean answered that. That
Okay,
he
thank you.
he
Okay.
did that so he can win his hand. Yes, he overtook, so he's in the right hand to continue.
He
Yeah.
needed to be down here. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That was a good question. Okay. Anyone else have anything to ask?
Thank you.
Okay, if you're all happy with that, I will stop sharing the screen, and hopefully we will see you all online in about 15 minutes, okay?
Thank you, Tony.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Okay, we'll
Thank
see you all
you.
later.